Hello, today we're going to do Module 3, Lesson 6. And the objective for our lesson today is that we're going to use the distributive property as a strategy to multiply and divide using units of 6 and 7. Do you remember what the distributive property was? We've learned about the commutative property, and we've learned about the distributive property. The commutative property was, like a pencil. Commutative property was like 5 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 5, or 5 times 3 is the same as 3 times 5. Remember when we could flip that? That was commutative property. The distributive property, do you remember what that was? The distributive property was when we took something apart. We decomposed it, or we distributed it. We split it up. So instead of saying 5 plus 3, if it was the distributive property, we might break up the 5 into a 1 and a 4. And then we could say 1 plus 4 plus 3. Remember when we kind of take them apart? That was the distributive property, and that's what we're going to be working with today. Okay, we're going to start with our application problem, and from there that's going to lead us into our lesson. So, here we go. Mabel cuts 9 pieces of ribbon for an art project. Each piece of ribbon is 7 centimeters long. What is the total length of the pieces of ribbon that Mabel cuts? Okay, now, the last few lessons we've been using letters to tell us what the unknown is. Let's set that up. So, if she's got 9 pieces of ribbon, so we've got 9 groups of, how long are they? 7 centimeters? What is my unknown? Here's what we don't know. What should we call it? It wants to know the length. Let's call it L. We're going to do a cursive L, so it makes sure that it looks like an L. Okay, well, what is 9 times 7? Let's skip count. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 54. Now, let's do what we did yesterday. I can't remember what that next one is. So, I know I need to add another 9, right? So, I'm going to do a plus a 9, because each one of these is plus 9. And let's break this up. Let's take this one apart into, how about we do a 50 and a 4. And what is 9 and 4? What was 9 and 4? That would be 13. Okay, now add the 50. What do we have? 63. There it is. So, L equals 63. 63 what? I don't have a label. What is the total length of the pieces of ribbon that Mabel cuts? We are measuring in centimeters, so she cuts 63 centimeters. Here's my answer. Okay, now let's keep that in mind. We're going to do the exact same problem, but this time we're going to use a tape diagram to show what we had. Now she had 9 pieces of tape, or 9 pieces of ribbon, and each one is 7 centimeters long. Okay, so let's draw that. So I need a tape diagram, and how many pieces of tape am I going to need? I'm going to need 9. Okay, I lost my mouse again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I may have one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yep, need to erase. Okay, need to erase this portion right here. Alright. Now, each one of those pieces is 7 centimeters, right? Each one of those. Okay. Now, let's break it apart, because what if I can, another way to find out, besides skip counting, is to break it apart into pieces, and then add the pieces together. So, I love multiplying by 5. So I'm going to find 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiplying by 5 is so easy for me. So I'm going to do this. This is now what? 5 groups of 7. Okay, what does that leave me with over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 groups of 7. Ooh, isn't that interesting? Because 4 plus 5, what does that equal? That equals 9. Ooh, so this group plus this group will give me the answer for 9 times 7, right? Or 9 groups of 7. Okay. Well, let's write that over here. Let's write this right here. 9 times 7 equals. Okay. We are going to add this group plus this group. So let's write it down here. Okay. And I'm going to put parentheses just to help me keep things straight. So this group and this group, because with all these signs, things get confusing. Okay, so what is 5 times 7? Well, here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, where's my mouse? 25, 30, 35. Okay, so 5 times 7 or 7 times 5 is also 35. Plus, I know what 4 times 7 is. What is it? It is going to be 28. Okay, I can do this apart. Okay, this is close to a 10. This is close to a 10. So I think this one's closer. I'm going to add this one over here. So I'm going to take from here. I need to take 2 over here to make a 10. Okay, so if I make this into a 10, what is left? Take away 30 from the 35. What do I have? I have 33. Okay, so what is this? 2. This makes me up to a 30. Oh, now I have 30 plus 33. What is that? That is 63. It's easy to add that. Now, what is my label? I want to know how long it was. It was centimeters. Okay? Now, let's do one more thing. Okay, let me find my paper. Okay, now that was using a multiplication statement. Let's use a division statement. So let's say that we have 48 divided by 6. Okay, now I'm going to use the distributive property, which means I'm going to break apart one of the numbers to make it easier to solve. Okay, 48 is going to be my easiest one to break apart. And I'm going to think to myself, these are like the times 6s. This is 6 tables, right? I'm thinking, okay, which ones are really easy for me to solve? Oh, 5s again. What's 6 times 5? 30, right? Okay, so what if I take 30 out? Let's take 30 out. Okay, so I'm just going to do it over here because sometimes I can do it in my brain, sometimes I can't. 8 take away 0 is 8. 4 take away 3 is 1. That leaves me with 18. So if I take a 30 out of 48, it gives me 18. Oh. So now I can make this as an addition statement. Okay, so now we have 30 divided by 6. That's one group, right? And we're going to add that to 18 divided by 6. That's another group. See? I broke this apart, but because this is a division statement, each one of these has to be divided by 6. Okay, just like the other one, instead of being divided by, they were multiplied. Each one has to be divided by this number. Okay. Now, 30 divided by 6. What's 6 times 5? Okay. 30 divided by 6 is what? Well, 6 times what gives me 30? 6 times 5. I like those 5s. So 30 divided by 6 is going to be 5 plus, now this is easy because this is one I know. 18 divided by 6. Well, what times 6 gives me 18? Let's count by 6s. 6, 12, 18. 1, 2, 3. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 5 plus 3, what is that? 8. So 48 divided by 6 is 8. What's a way I can check that? Well, let's do the opposite. So what is 8 times 6? Is that 48? Well, let's do 8 6s. Ready? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 groups of 6 is 48. See how we do that? All right, good luck with your homework, and I will see you in the morning.